Hi guys, Piotr here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are live from Sintra. Look at this beautiful view behind me. I'm going to share with you a few nice pictures and then we are going to go straight into the Bitcoin and Ethereum chart. So guys, enjoy.
Bitcoin weekly chart looks very bullish for me. I'm going to try to explain why is that. Before that, we have to take into the consideration the previous price action and two important things. Weakness, from here we went lower, all right? And second weakness, I would say the latest weakness, from where we made a lower low. That's the point number one when we are taking into consideration bullish scenario. Point number two, what I like here is after the downside break, there was a phase of consolidation with attempt to break lower, so for sure stops were taken out, quick reversal. Now, why this latest weakness is so important? It's because we found the support, then we took out the stops, but everything happened within this weakness. As you can see over here low, everything happened within the weakness. Now, we made higher high, higher low, and we are testing this previous weakness. As of now, as you can see, the price is reacting within that zone, but the rejection from here is not that strong. So my case here is that either we are going to hold this breakout level, so maybe we are going to create some kind of the wedge ahead of the break, all right? But the thing is that we have to take out 30,000, 31,200, right? In that case, what would be the possible upside target, taking into the consideration full pre-breakout move? If that's the case, and we are going to start to move from here, okay? So that's how I see 35, 36. And that's reasonable target, taking into the consideration the broken bottom over here. Right, so that's how I see the things on the weekly chart as the number one. And the bullish case number two, that we are going to face another sell-off. In that case, we are going to retest the bottom of the breakout candle. All right, we are going to retest one more time this weakness, and we are going to retest high of the pre-breakdown consolidation. And from here, from 21,500, maybe 20,000, after the accumulation and downside rejection, we are going to see first retest of 30,000, 31,500, and then finally we are going to be able to attack 35,000, 38,000, and 40,000. That's how the weekly bullish case for Bitcoin looks like for me. To the downside, only move and close below 20,000. There you go. Right, is going to cancel all the bullish possible scenarios, and we might see retest of 17,600 just to make possible retest of the previous low like this, right, and build something more. Or if we are going to break through this 17,600, the stops around 15,000 could be targeted. How does the Bitcoin look like from the daily chart perspective? All right, it looks good. We have a little bit more important levels here. Now, what I like the most, and that's why daily chart is even more bullish for me as long as we are above some certain levels, but that's the weakness we were discussing from the weekly chart. And as you can see, there was a retest, there was a stop count as well, right? And strong move to the upside. So in that case, with the same possible scenario we discussed a second ago, taking into the consideration these levels over here and this untested latest weakness, right? So I see something around 22,200, 21,400 as a really strong possible demand zone in case we are going to retest that one, and taking into the consideration possible, well, some of you seen already possible head and shoulder, then the retest fall below 25 and 21,400 as a target could be in place. But as long as we are above psychological 20,000, I'm really extremely bullish, because what I see here is some kind of the attempt to consolidate the market. Unless the whole financial market is going to crash, I think we are at this very point we are good to go. As usual, guys, please do your own research. This video has educational purpose only. And with that being said, we are going to switch to Ethereum. So that's Ethereum daily chart, and looks good for me as well. Same way the Bitcoin we discussed a second ago. And the most important thing is this kind of the rally, because with the one solid move to the upside, we took out all the supply levels we've seen being set up during the move to the downside. All right, so that's quite important. And finally, we hit the main supply level. We've seen some rejections, but we never made lower low till since we've seen the major low here in the mid of June last year. So now we know where we are, right? So making this case a little bit bigger and trying to explain what is going on, how I see the things, I already placed few lines, few figures on the chart, and since we hit 2000 or a little bit above 2000, we are facing some kind of the correction, right? So now the important thing is this kind of the consolidation with the fake downside break and then move higher, right? So that's the point number one here. Why it's so important? Because 50% of that consolidation is going to be important with my bullish case when it comes to the Ethereum. So something around 1600 and 1500 as a psychological level to the downside. Why? Because when we are moving to the downside, looks like we are moving with equal waves, the yellow color line, right? Also, as you can see, I've been trying to build the case for bearish flag. And usually, when it comes to the books and this type of the source of the information, you have the flag. If you have a break to the downside, you are continuing to the downside. That's what you are going to find within the books. Now, what you are not going to find there is how this really works, because when the big guys do know the people's behavior, right? Selling, consolidation within the flag, breaking, meaning that everyone is trying to chase short side. So how the market makers can earn the money if the whole world is doing and trying to work with the instruction from the books, right? They are all selling because we have the bear flag. That's not how it works. Usually we have another move higher, breaking to the upside, the possible bear flag, and then continue to the downside. And that's what I think we are facing with this daily chart of the Ethereum. There was, as you can see, there was an attempt to go lower from the bear flag, and then we fully reversed and took out the high. Now there is a phase of consolidation. What is important is this, as you can see, falling trend line. We have 2 points, so that's enough to draw the falling trend line. Usually the third point is the point where we are really reacting. Well, we've seen something like this. So even with the equal move to the downside based on what we already discussed, like this and this one is going to fulfill all the expectations I have. Point number one, of course, we are going to go with unusual bear flag break to the downside. Even with the full move to the downside from here to make the measure, right, we might see this type of the price action still being above falling trend line, retesting 1600, 1500, maybe leaving the lower shadow like this below the line, but positive body of the candle, strong rally here. So the 2000, 2150 is a retest case in my opinion, but I see higher levels and I see 2500, 2600. So this zone over here, based on the previous price action we've seen in the past over here, and then I see 3200 based on this particular price action over here. All right, so that's our possible target. So as long as we are above 1500, 1600, Ethereum bulls are good to go. With that being said, as usual, please do your own research. This video has educational purpose only. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave the comment below, and see you around. Take care and goodbye.